When what you want, or who you want, or that job you want, doesn't seem to want you back. The universe is like, no, I don't think so. Let's talk about reality for a hot second. So we've all heard that our reality is based on our perception. So if reality is based on perception, then can't I theoretically just perceive differently to have things work in my favor, to get that person back into my life, or to love me back, whatever it is? Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Reality is based on your perception. However, perception can often turn into delusion or fantasy if we're not careful. So this video was brought to you by my horoscope today. And yes, I still buy a newspaper because I'm cool. So my horoscope reads, you can start over at any moment. The thing that keeps you from doing that is the safety of holding on to certain ideas about yourself. What does this mean? Well, think of your life like a movie, and you are the main character in your movie, and you have other people in your movie. Does this not mean that I can control the other characters because it's my movie, I'm the director? I can do whatever I want. Well, to a certain degree, you can experience things differently, I guess, judging by your perception. You can react differently to things, but sometimes the universe, since we'll just call it the generic universe, has a hold on us, or it feels like they have a hold on us where they don't want us to have stuff in life. Why? It's not the universe's fault. So don't blame the universe or blame the cosmic circle necessarily. So what does this actually mean? It means that you expect things to go only one sort of way in your life. That you expect only this one person to fulfill all the insecurities in your world. It's basically you're grieving, or you can't let go of who you once were, who you were with, what you've always desired. It's almost like there's this cord attached to you, and it's dug deep into the ground in this one particular reality, and you can't move on from it. It's like this box that you've self-created for yourself, and you think that this one person, this one job, a stroke of good luck, winning $1 million is going to set you free. But it's ironic because it's actually just perpetuating the cycle. It's not setting you free. It's digging that deeper into that ground, that cord, right? It's pulling it tighter to you. So how do you know when it's time to actually let go and release something from your life? Because a lot of times we have hope. We attach to things because we think it's going to work out. Or we get a glimmer of something, and it makes us feel like, oh yeah, or we're not convinced. We can't convince ourselves, right? That this person broke up with us, or this job said no to us, or whatever. One hint is watching videos like this, for one, not that that's a bad thing, but watching things like how to manifest, $1 million in a day, or how to get somebody to want you, or how to manifest a text. Those are all coming from places of desperation and from a place of more obsession rather than hope, I guess you could say. So, imagination and hope have a different vibrational frequency from something like obsession or lust or grief, right? Grieving over who we once were, or something like that, where we can't let go of it. Different vibrational match. One is up here, one's lower on the scale, and we usually attract things of like frequency. So what you're putting out there may be coming back to you in a sort of way. So it's about thinking outside this self-created box of there's only this one person, there's only this one job, there's only this one way to do things in my life. Well, yes, in this particular reality, there is. So you can't really get out of the box. But what if there are parallel realities? And there are. I'm not a physicist or scientist, but from books you read, quantum physics, things like that, there's parallel realities. And it's almost like once in a while we can dip our toe into another reality, but we're pulled back because we know that it's hard to change the brain. It's hard to change habits. It's hard to stop obsessing over things. But what if we can imagine, use that word imagine of the higher frequency, to create a new version of ourselves, a version who can let go of things once we realize that hope has turned into more of obsession or more of a lower vibrational frequency. When we start to think outside the box, we imagine, okay, there's billions of other people and billions of other jobs and opportunities for me. We shift the thinking from desperation, of attachment, of being held down in one particular reality, and we start dipping a toe in, and maybe our whole leg in, and maybe an arm, an elbow, our torso, and eventually our head and whole body. And we shift into a parallel reality where we can escape the constraints of our past, sort of way, okay? So I just want you to think about it a little bit. When you're fantasizing about, being with a person or a particular job or making money fast and all these kind of things, all these thoughts that you have, are they coming from you, number one? And has it become a level of obsession? Has it transferred from hope and excitement and optimism into obsession and attachment and these more toxic kind of vibes for yourself? And how do you know when it's shifted into that? Well, like I said, not only clicking on videos that are like, I want to manifest this person and blah, 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 but also when you don't know yourself anymore. You've lost yourself in the process. You feel like you can't be whole unless you have that thing or that person or that job to fill up the hole within you. That's when you know. That's just when you know it's not about filling any void up. And you need to do a little bit of reflection on yourself and start shifting to a new parallel reality, whatever you want to call it, a new movie script, somewhere where you are complete. And it's feeling complete by your own volition, your own self, your own core trait, the essence of who you are, not the essence of somebody else. You're not taking on somebody else. You're taking on yourself and loving yourself fully and allowing all good things to come into you. Not from a place of desperation where you feel like, if I don't have this one particular thing in this little box that I've self-created, if I don't have this one thing, then I'm never going to be happy, then I'm never going to be satisfied, that I'm never going to be successful, that I'm always going to be this way. Once you shift out of that mindset and you start dipping your toe and your leg and your torso and your elbow and your head into a new way of perceiving things, then it's going to be helpful. So anyway, I hope this made sense. I hope that gives you a little bit of hope and not obsession, hope, okay? Anyway, give a like, subscribe. I put out new videos every single week on all kinds of good stuff for you, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great one. Peace.